and rot!
One for you!
Heck, worth and rot!
What's left?
Seek! Worth and rot!
Over here!
Seek! Worth and rot! Worth and rot! Be your sake! Worth and rot! Worth and rot!
They're behind you. Kill yourself.
Be your seek!
Left leg! Let's see what you got.
Seek! Seek!
Okay?
Worth and rot! Isak Sogu!
Back on my feet. Still recover. You take this. Who's ready for more?
Worth and rot! Be your sake! Heck, worth and rot! Be your sake! Worth and rot! Be your sake! Eckworth and Roth!
Here we go.
Eckworth and Roth!
Look right.
Seek!
Give me a target. Let me catch my breath.
Seek! Eckworth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth! Seek! Seek! Isaksogu! Worth and Roth! Eckworth and Roth! Worth and Roth! Seek! Worth and Roth! Leave Seek!
You're a good friend. Coming from your right.
Seek!
Another glorious battle.
The squirrels will get plenty to eat tonight.
Here it comes.
Hey there. Something on your mind? It just took me back. Something about her reminded me of old times. War stories. And I've seen shades of that before. The meek trooper who develops a taste for killing. Now, the part that stuck with me was what she said about watching her partner turn. Seeing someone you know, someone close to you, beyond help like that. I just want to know, you were careful when you told her about Adelaro. Why? Beyond understanding? She may have thought we were all fish, but she knew enough to ask about him. You know, the tragedy of the Dream Scourge isn't the fungal trappings we all get. It's the lives it upends, the bonds it breaks. I almost forgot you don't need a soul-altering disease for that. Sorry, I'm gonna need a moment.
Envoy? Well, that was interesting, right? The woman arguing about the crops failing? Standing up for what you believe against authority. I can respect that. Of course, my method would have been run away under the cover of night, never to return, but yeah, this works for her. Is tainted food better than no food? They can survive without the harvest. They just have to work harder. Anyway, there's clearly more going on here than a bunch of animancers sitting in dusty labs doing whatever they do all day. Beyond that, nah, I can't help you. Call me when you're back to facing real danger. Right, changing this up. If I must.
You know, I've heard dueling is popular in the Valian republics. You wouldn't think a public argument could feel as brutal, but I'll be damned if Giada didn't draw blood. No doubt. That's why I admire the resolve. But it's still hard to swim against the tide with your own people, especially when it means getting them to face a hard truth. You seem to have turned out okay. You and Giada, come to think of it. She knows who she is and what she believes. She's got more clarity and conviction than I had at her age.
She has more clarity than you have now.
Hey, I am a willing victim of my own delusions.
Sometimes that just makes it easier.
Hey, don't worry. We're talking about Giada's situation.
Right. Like, what did you think I was talking about?
Anyway, this can't be an easy time for Giada, but I'm glad to have her on our side.
Listen, Kai, I need you to stalk like a cat, not...
The Adra stirs, a crackle of light in a withered field. We had not considered this. The mundane, a lifetime lived in silence. We forget this. We wilt, we gnaw with hunger now. What has come of this place? hand of generosity or a gauntlet of steel. We feel them. They bend and hone the essence of the earth. They draw from our veins like a well. What are these rituals? Eons have passed. We do not. The harvest grows. The dead rise. What do they hope to achieve? Lift the shroud from the wheel. They build walls in their hearts. Why do they not share what they make? The hound cannot recognize itself. It growls at its own reflection. Should we fear it too? Fire that burns the forest feeds the soil with its ash. We have learned much. Dream of soaring wings in your repose.
I generally like swamps, but this one smells funny.
Something happened here. The end of an age. For centuries we stood tall. But the winds were violent. The infection weakened our roots. Day turns to night now. How do we survive when the tempest roils? We smell the splintered bark. We were stubborn. This was our mistake. We can learn from this. It soothes us.
Stand back.
Maybe they somehow wrap themselves up in an existing tree. I've never seen anything like this.
Neither have I. Never seen a tree grow. That's outside my expertise.
You seem capable enough, stranger. But the forests are not... Good.
There. That's Thomas' old house. I wonder what he wanted me to find. Place feels different without him. He left something behind for me. Help me look around. So much here reminds me of Tama. It's strange to be back without him. I still can't imagine what he wanted me to find. Say, what's that you're holding? Yeah, I do. I carved this for him years ago. I had no idea he'd kept it, let alone all this time. And he tells me like this when he's long gone, leaving me with nothing but a piece of... Would be if he just told me. I never gave him any reason to be coy. And we knew each other for years. We were close. I trusted him with things in my past. Things I don't talk about. Did I tell him? I was a mess when we met. I'd been through the battles in Deadfire and a handful of mercenary campaigns since. I was a chewed-up piece of flotsam drifting to the living lands. Oh, I don't blame him. Tom always saw right through me. He knew what I was. A coward who failed him. I let him down. He was always there when I needed him. But when he needed me, I'm sorry. I'm gonna need some time with this. You wouldn't say that if you knew. Never mind. I haven't talked about this in a while, so thanks for listening. It means a lot. Especially since you seem to have your head on straight. Let's keep moving. A little fresh air will clear my head. Tama painted that? I had no idea. Here's another. I'd wager we're on the path to something.
I'd say the revenants were hiding in that lake. Could be wrong.
The water is beautiful, wouldn't you agree? Barrett's orphans, you mean? No, there is a power here that far surpasses me. in the time of the ancients. Then came the water. You are a godlike. I'm surprised it did not speak to you. It is possible, but forgive me. We have no reason to know. Some call me.
Oh, good. I could use a new pair of boots.
We had one come to Barides once. Thought he was a grifter. Especially since he only seemed to want tokens made of gold or gems.
The same as anywhere. Gift bearers heal soul wounds. And the wound here is quite potent. The shard of sky is a fragment of Ione Bratha. When the moon shattered, it fell here. Its memory is long and full of pain. Perhaps, whatever they are looking for, they should not be here. A remnant of Ondra's loss should have nothing to offer them, yet still they gather. If you retrieve the stone, find me at the harbor to the south. I have plans for it. Take care when you... the tender of Bereth's orphanage. I fear he meddles in danger. Make sure you hold your breath, godlike.
I know that's what I want to hear before I go.
Worth and Roth! Worth and Roth! Worth and Roth! Worth and Roth! Seal sink! Worth and Roth! Worth and Roth! Worth and Roth! Worth and Roth!
I was just getting warmed up.
Careful. Been to Fior a few times. Not a bad place.
Worth and Roth! Worth and Roth! Seek! Isaksobu! Seek!
it's over.
You emerged from one shore, and do you have the Good. The farther it travels, even an enchanted stone should not attract the undead. The lake must have imbued it with some power I cannot name. To heal Andra's wound, I must give it a watery grave, commit it to the deepest, darkest ocean. She will forget it there. I will sail for a time. Who knows? I may drift here again. Now, will you return it? I have coin, if it would help. I can afford my boat passage. I need no more than that. Such as? Very clever. You're sure this is what you want? It isn't a decision to be made lightly. Go on, then. What did you have in mind that you want to be rid of? I feel it. Your shame haunts you. There. It's done. Of course you have. You just don't remember what it was. The memory is my burden now. Do you feel lighter? Imagination is more. So, whatever called you. Secret.
Giving up a memory. I almost envy you.
I would kill for a standard festering snake bite right now.
There you are. What happened at the So there was something supernatural at work. I knew it. Incredible. I've never seen the revenants gaze at the moon. Could some essence... Never mind. Now that it's here, they'll come back. This is brilliant. Give it to me. I'll take samples right away. All right, but don't tell anyone you have it. It's radiant. Now, am I forgetting something?
Emerald Stair has seen better days. With any luck, the turning of the seasons will favor us. Giata Castel. I have to ask. Is it true? Did Vidaro kick her out of town? That's our governor for you. Self-righteous even in his own ignorance. Very well. I'll tell you what I know about the Dream Scourge. But first, I need some help around the farm. I'm up to my ears in chores. They can't too complicate. Anyway, I'm afraid the time has come to... You did? That was quick. Poor Silvo. He was a bright young revenant, but a very... So, the dream... But I believe whatever causes it is older by far. The exotic plants and animals, the twisted landscape. There's something about the essence in the living lands that... And end up like Giata. No thank you. The corpses, they need me. Not to get too superstitious, but in these troubled times, the arrival of a godlike is no coincidence. You are meant to be here. Toward what end, only you can say. Well, I'm happy to give her some good news for a change. You and Giata are going to shake things up. As for me, I'll be keeping a close eye on my flock.
And thank you for the night. I really haven't been sleeping entirely too well lately.
I'm remembering why people find this place unsettling.
The great mystery is, are godlike blessed or cursed? The gods are silent on this question.
Neither. They just are. Anything else is speculation.
I hate speculation. I want answers.
Remy, look what I found. A jet.
Do you think they can hear us?
Let's find out. Remy, take a note. Fluent speech and upright posture show marks of sophistication. We heard that Giada partnered up with an outsider, but I had no idea you were...
I suppose we owe her a favor. Or
Giada must have sent you to be our test subject. Satisfy our curiosity and we'll give...
let's begin the examination. If you could choose, next time you go round the wheel, you might...
Who wouldn't? My turn. Some would call you blessed. Others would call you cursed. The fact remains. Wouldn't you say that you owe something to the rest of us? No need to take offense. We merely seek...
Oh, I thought of another. We all know that godlike can't reproduce. How do you plan on leaving a legacy after you're gone? Very optimistic, aren't we? I think that covers everything. Thank you for that brilliant insight, godlike. You're a credit to your dwindling kind.
So, Giada wants to know all about the Dream Scourge, yes? Such has been her research of late. Do you want the good?
The Dream Scourge is proof that an unprecedented metaphysical disaster can take place at any time.
Oh, that's a load off my mind. Sure beats not constantly worrying about the future.
How's that good news?
Giada will be interested to learn that the Dream Scourge cannot just be studied in a lab. Its nature is wild, so it
And like anything affecting the soul, it must be connected to essence. Thus, if she wishes to discover more about the Dream Scourge, a pillar of Adra would be a good...
Precisely. A godlike and a...
Indeed. Just as Adra channels essence, so too may it provide a key to discovering more about the Dream Scourge.
Not that we'd ever be interested in such research, of course. An entity, you say? If this entity is your patron, that's all perfectly natural. But if it's something else, with enough essence and a capable animancer, perhaps you could trade...
Right, and with a little fresh sake, you can follow an ogre back to its lair. Still wouldn't recommend it.
Just be careful that your tether doesn't snap back and kill you in the...
Now that we've researched the mind of a...
Hurry, before they change their minds.
Ugh, I might have dozed off there for a bit. Were any of those words the ones we needed?
Worse than rust! Saksogu! Worse than wrath!
That's one for us.
Worse than wrath!
Tell me what you got. Here we go. Another one.
Ahek worse than wrath!
One for you.
Ahek worse than wrath! Be your sake! Worse than wrath! They will seek!
That's all of them.